One other layer to add to this is CNBC had a report yesterday that Jim Comey privately didn't want the FBI to sign on to the letter from Homeland Security and the Office of DNI that suggested Russia was meddling in the election with WikiLeaks and hacking into the DNC and Podesta's emails. He said we shouldn't sign on to that letter because we shouldn't be a part of something that might influence the outcome of the election. And yet, he had no problem on Friday sending that letter that threw out this vague accusation that influenced the outcome of the election.
We can talk about that. Really quick asterisk on that one. That was single-sourced. A lot of people talking about this, including, I think, somebody that runs the show in primetime here. It was single-sourced by an ex-official that wasn't even working inside the FBI.
No, they have to have 2 or 3 sources.
Yeah, there's not 2 sources on this, at least in that CNBC story.
Well, and that has to be part of Director Comey's motivation for issuing the letter, because he knew someone like Devin Barrett, who we had on yesterday, was completely sourced in this story. And he did not want to see a story on the front page of the Wall Street Journal with the leaked information, so he took control.
Mike, you've been in newspapers for a long time. Do you think it's safe to say that if Comey had not written that short, bland letter, is it not safe to say that the Wall Street Journal would have had that story explode midweek or Thursday or Friday before the election, that there was a cover-up, that it was rigged? Let me ask it to you this way. Now, I really want people to think about this. What are the odds that if Comey had not written that letter, the Wall Street Journal wouldn't have run that story by midweek?
That story was going to run.
It was going to run.
That story was going to run. I mean, Mark Halper, do you agree with me on this? I mean, a source story like Devin Barrett's story, that baby was going.
And if it ran, it would then run, Mark, with the bow on top that the Justice Department and the FBI were covering up an investigation into 650,000 emails.
I'm purely speculating here. I'm not so sure they would have run it. That story was super well reported. It clearly had been in the works for a while. My suspicion, just pure speculation, is they weren't going to run it before, and that they did because of the Comey letter. It just that thing was not turned around from Friday to Monday.